What's happening, party people? I am still in Las Vegas, Nevada. Can't remember where the last update was, but Diane was transferred from the military hospital on Nellis Air Force Base to a hospital in the community here in Las Vegas, Nevada. She is not doing well. They explained to me yesterday because the uh, incubation tube that goes down her throat, she's 100% dependent on that. It's supplying 100% of positive pressure oxygen to her lungs, that they consider her being on 100% life support. I'm here, my daughter's here, we're spending time with her, talking to her, reading to her, having conversation in the room. She knows we're here. She's still responding emotionally. When my daughter initially entered the room yesterday and she started talking, you could see Diane started crying, tears coming down her face when she heard Elizabeth's voice. So, she is aware that we're there, which is great. One of her brothers is coming to visit her today, which is incredible. That's awesome. Probably her nephew is in town, business. He's probably going to stop by and visit with her. She'll hear their voice. That'll be good. And we're just taking one day at a time. So hopefully they started some treatments yesterday for medical condition, and hopefully that will go well. We'll know in a day or two, hopefully, and just go from there. So appreciate you guys' support, prayers. I'm going to pick up a few more cards today for a couple people that said they would like to try to encourage her in that. We get the cards, we inscript them, we then read them to her, and we set them up in her room. In case she opens her eyes and looks around, she sees all these cards around and know that people are pulling for her and caring for her. So that's where we're at. And man, it's hard to focus, sleep, do things right, But hey, you just got to keep pushing forward best you can. That's what I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys' support. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Today, in the happiest place on earth, Las Vegas, Nevada, as according to Willie Gilly, we're going to get on this S70. We got the parts in overnighted from FCP. Woo woo! Shout out to FCP for getting their shipping out. I got to do an intake manifold gasket. Then I'm going to do some suspension, tighten it up, take it for a test drive. If it doesn't drive just right, we'll do the front brakes. We'll do the front brakes and rotors. So let's get started, get this intake manifold gasket replaced. So this vehicle is running rough, occasional misfire, not a solid misfire, good compression, replaced the plugs. It had aftermarket wires on there, so did a full tune-up, and in the process of poking around, it looked like the intake manifold gasket was damaged, so we ordered an intake manifold gasket overnight and going to replace that. Now this car has the hood opening modification. Pull that handle, pops right up. It's got a cross-country grille and a cross-country front bumper, dual headlights. There's one of those bumpers, and that's the other one, and that's the other one. Pops right open. So let me do what I need to do, get this intake manifold gasket off. I'm gonna remove that accordion tube there, remove the oil dipstick, try to leave everything else alone. Well, actually I'm gonna go ahead and pull that fuel line there because that will hinder this situation. So I'm gonna move that dipstick so I don't break it as well. In case I didn't say it, misfire, running rich, and running rough. I'm not sure if this manifold was messed up in more than one spot, but I think over there on cylinder 5 it was actually under. But man, this thing is mangled coming off. So I'm gonna clean this off, put the new one on, and put this back together. Here's this intake manifold gasket. It's supposed to be coated like here. Everywhere where you see the coating missing, all that material is stuck to the intake manifold and has to be scraped and cleaned off. Don't use aftermarket intake manifold gaskets, people. It just leaves a mess. I have all of that gasket material off of the intake. I didn't see any on the head. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff back together and hopefully we'll be good to go. Man, this is a mess. Got that thing there. I'm not sure if it's working, but it's somewhat open now. Is that thing better open or closed? I noticed the airbox intake scoop was flapping around in there. These things are destroyed. One's missing, the other's destroyed. So I grabbed 2 more out of the salvage yard the other day. This is the bolt that was hanging out of the ball joint with no nut on there. I have one in my spare parts hardware bucket, so I'm gonna put this in there. Man, I've never seen an ABS wire routed around the front of the strut. It's not in the bracket that it's supposed to have there or here, and it's not routed in that bracket. Just kind of jammed in here some kind of weird way. Whoo-wee. Let me fix that too while I'm in here. Decided to do pads and rotors, so we're going to rip that through real quick. Not sure where this car came from. Got some rust in here. No, it ain't from Fresno, but the rotor was stuck to the hub. Had to hit it with a chisel there and beat it around the edge with a sledge to get it to pop loose. So I'm gonna grease this surface up, being careful not to get no grease in the threads for the lug nuts, and get this thing back together here. When did Volvo start making directional pads, and does these need to be greased like the other ones? SRS code. Passenger airbag. Somebody probably pulled the dash pad and failed to disconnect the battery before they did so. Let's see if it'll clear. Exit. Erase. Yes. Alright. Let's shut this thing off, start this car, see if we got a misfire, and see if we get a check engine light, and see what else is going to happen with this thing. I reset the service light as well. Nice and smooth. Look at it. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Time to go racing. She's purring like a kitten. Hopefully she won't pop no wrench lean code again. We're going to come back, change these corner lights, maybe do a couple other petty things on this car, then we'll call it a day. Right now I got to take those Propus wheels I got, ship those off to somebody, and check on Diane, see what she wants to do for lunch. Back here at the S70, past smog, we're now chasing gremlins. Got something going on with one of the brake lights. We're going to see if we could take care of it. Well, that's it, folks. We got this rear mud flap on. We tried to put the one on this side. However, it was a front mud flap, not a rear. So we're going to look for a rear for this side. And we got this brake light working. We removed some hack wires from it. I don't know, they may have been wires for a rear wing, 850 rear wing, but we replaced the bulb and now the brake light's working fine. And I think we're done for today, maybe. Owner said the steering wheel felt loose, so I was going to take it for a test drive, and I could feel that the steering wheel was notchy. And man, that joint's tight, but let me check the one on top of the steering rack. The outside seems tight, but right here it's loose. This whole joint seems to be loose. I'm guessing this bolt's not tight. Look at that neck moving like that. You tighten this bolt. And that was it. That bolt was loose. We are now good to go. A world of strangeness here. Now we are officially done. Clean up some of my mess tomorrow, get my ride together, and get out of here Monday. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.